right, guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Two Troubled Show. We got an interesting one for you guys today. We got some good segments. We're going to start off with recapping what happened over the past couple days with the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
We got some Travis coming to you guys with some really nice bets on our better betting section.
Better than last week, hopefully, because I got cremated.
Then we got the crowd favorite Going Mobile segment. Going fucking mobile.
Going mobile, baby.
And we got some hot takes for you guys today.
Flamers.
And then we got a little bit of an NFL offseason recap. And then we got a little surprise at the end.
Just a little surprise, it pertains to the NFL. We're definitely going to stay on that wave. But yeah. I want to spoil it. I want to leave you guys waiting till the end. Watch a little surprise at the end. But yeah, I am your host, Travis Chadwick. This is the Two Troubled Show.
And I'm your other host, Tucker Grace.
Let's jump right in. I mean, we got some games currently going on. Kings Warriors. I think the Warriors are up. So, but let's talk about some games that have finished. Let's go Suns Clippers, which I think might be the best series out of all of them in the first round.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. The first game, Clippers won. It was a pretty close margin, but the Clippers got it done in the end. It's been exciting. The second game yesterday, Suns won, so they're going back and forth. We'll see what happens here later down the stretch, but I agree. I think this could be a very deep series here, Trav.
Yeah, it's going to be deep. I mean, Clippers stole home court advantage with the win. Russell Westbrook can do anything except for shoot the ball. Great defense player, great rebounder. Just, I think he went 3 for 19. He can do everything but shoot, and I mean, I guess that's basketball. You don't need to shoot the ball in basketball,
No, that's definitely not an aspect.
But he does it, and he misses. So, it's not like he can't shoot. He shoots and he misses. So, but they won without Paul George. They stole a game. I was impressed with the Clippers. I was impressed.
Yeah, no, I'm very impressed. I think this series is definitely going to be going back and forth here. I don't think either team is going to blow the other out of the water. So we'll see. This is going to be a series to look forward to going forward. Yeah,
I mean, I heard Kawhi is out for the next game. So no Paul, no Kawhi. Suns should get it done. Steal home court advantage back. I think the Suns, I'm still, like last podcast, I'm still on the Suns wave. I think they're going to get it done. But it's going to be a better series if Kawhi can return healthy. I mean, we saw him drop almost 40. So
yeah, 38 in that game 1. Yeah. But I'm going to go against you here. I think that even though the Clippers are a little bit injured right now, I think that they get it done.
Really?
The Suns just don't look like as good of a team as promised and as advertised. I don't know. I'm not feeling the Suns. I'm not on the wave right now.
I mean, one loss with KD, and it came in last game. So let's see if they can keep with how it was going and stay, somewhat undefeated with Kevin Durant. But another game, which atmosphere is wild. Thousands of fans waiting to get into the arena. Kings Warriors, it's going on right now. Kings take a 2-0 series lead. There's a lot of controversy. Draymond Green gets suspended. How are you feeling about that? Especially since you predicted a sweep in the Warriors' favor.
I would like to apologize to the audience. Clearly, I was incorrect with the Warriors' sweep. But no, I still have faith in the Warriors. I know that they don't got Draymond this next game, but I still like them. They are a very well-rounded team. They're an experienced team. I think that they will, if they don't lose this series, I think it'll be a close one. I think it will come down to a Game 6, Game 7 type of series, but we'll see. We'll see. The Kings do look good, and I agree that atmosphere going into that game was insane. I have never seen that many people crowded outside of the arena before a playoff game. That was nuts.
It was crazy, and I think you might have to put me on a train because I'm hopping on the Kings bandwagon here. I predicted Warriors in 6. I am switching Kings in 7. Kings, if they can get it done here today, Thursday, with Draymond out, they're up 3-0. No team's come back from 3-0. I get they're the Warriors. They've been there. They've won most playoff experience probably in the NBA, but I did not know De'Aaron Fox had that ice in his vein. I did not know that. I know he's the most clutch player in the NBA during the regular season, but it was one season, but he's stepping up in the biggest moment of sports versus one of the best teams in the league, and he's out here balling.
Yeah, he scored the second highest points in his NBA playoff debut ever of all time.
Yeah, all time, second highest. I mean, I think he should join the Triple Bs, man, because he's a big baller. He's a big baller. That's just what he does. I was surprised. I mean, Malik Monk put up 32 as well. I mean, we'll see what happens here in Game 3. You guys will already know what happens by the time this comes out. But I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Give me the Kings. Kings in 7. Light that beam.
We were talking about players who can really shoot the ball and talking about how De'Aaron was clutch. How about Andrew Wiggins missing wide open 3 after wide open 3? That man can't hit a 3 to save his life or win the Warriors a game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Andrew. I feel bad because he played a good game, but ain't no one going to remember what happened before that missed shot. You know, you brick it and you basically hand the Warriors a loss. I mean, I will say Curry had a good look at the end as well, and he bricked it. It was like a floater from the three-point range, but I mean, I can't. I'm sorry. The Kings are they play well on defense, which is surprising because that's what I thought was going to kick them in the butt, you know, but they've come alive. They showed that they can defend this Warriors team very, very well. Very well. So I'm switching. Light the beam. I'm on the beam team wave. Let's go Beams. You know?
Moving on to the next series here, we got the Nets versus 76ers. Now, we were literally just watching this game in the studio, and we saw the 76ers have a little bit of a comeback in that fourth quarter and bring the series to a 3-0 lead. And we're seeing just like how it happened in the regular season.
No, I'm disappointed. This was my heartfelt pick last podcast. I said that the Nets, you know, would give the 76ers a little run for their money. Not every game has been decently close, you know. So I think they blew them out one time, but they've showed that they could play. But I'm really sad about the Nets here. You know, I was rooting for them harder than I root for my Pistons. But I mean, there's really nothing to root about when you're a Detroit fan. But I thought that they would, their defense wise, they move the ball around, but they haven't. But I mean, I think outside of Embiid, I think every single player in that game got ejected.
So, that was wild. You saw Embiid kicking a Nets player in the balls.
I think there was multiple kicks in the balls, punches in the balls. Harden got ejected for a little elbow right in the balls. Like, yeah. I don't think they understand that you're supposed to play with the yellow basketball, not the other players' basketballs.
Yeah,
you know?
This game was definitely getting a little testy. No pun intended there, Trev.
A little handsy, whatever you want to call it. You know, there might have been a little excitement from too many people in this game.
Yeah, they all said all of them just got sent out. Goodbye. We'll be seeing you next game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was their plan. You know, meet up in the locker room and continue what they started in the game, but I don't understand it. Like, Embiid's kicking people in the dick, and then you got Harden, you know, doing the same, like with his elbows and his hands, and Nicholas Claxton's out here, you know, taunting Embiid when Embiid is torching him in the fourth quarter. Like, maybe if Claxton stays in that game, they get it done. You know, they hold on to that 6-point lead they had late, but they didn't do it.
Yeah, do you think it's safe to say that we can bring out the brooms for this series, Trev?
My heart is into it, but I'm starting to think with my brain that this series is going to be a sweep. The Nets just don't have a star. They can't, as you saw, they can't win games late. Who's taking the shot? Mikal? Like, yeah, Mikal Bridges is good, but I don't know if I would trust him over some of the other stars in this league with the ball in the hand late in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
no, I think you said it best. The Nets just don't have that guy. They don't have a guy that can just create his own shot and call a game when he needs to.
No, yeah, and I know a guy who has his own shot. Austin Reeves. That guy right there, he had 6 or 8 straight points to beat the Grizzlies late in that game one.
Yeah.
Ja Morant did get hurt, but Austin Reeves said, LeBron, move to the side, ISO.
Come on, call him out.
Call him out. Austin Reeves ISO'd up and bang, bang, bang. You know, 3 of those things. I was like, dang, Austin Reeves is a freaking baller. That guy can shoot.
You know that wide play can shoot. Come on now.
I was surprised. And I mean, the Lakers win game 1 without Ja Morant. They kind of get toughed around in game 2, but I'm telling you this, I've never seen a first round that's been so exciting. And I will say right here, I'm really sad that a lot of these players, Ja Morant, Giannis, Tyler Herro, are getting hurt, because this is the best first round I think we've seen in the NBA playoffs in a long time. And it's slowly getting deteriorated with injuries.
Yeah, no, 100%. Not to mention, Anthony Davis got hurt in that first game, too. And I did see that he played in game 2, so I guess clearly wasn't that big of an injury. But yeah, Ja Morant did not play in that second game.
Yeah.
But the Grizzlies still got it done without him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it right here on this podcast. Ja Morant's the most overrated player in the league. He's overrated as hell, and the Grizzlies play better without him. Look up the stats. I don't want to sit here and bombard you with stats, but the Grizzlies play better with Ja Morant.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That seemed like a little bit of a hot take, and we're not even in that section yet,
I'm
Trev.
telling you, the Grizzlies play better with Ja Morant. You can take that as a hot take. I don't even think that's hot. I don't. Look at the stats. It ain't a hot take. You know, the stats back it up. Facts don't lie.
I will say, though, Ja Morant is a shooter in more than one way.
Yeah, he does have a double stripe, you know, and he flashes them a lot too.
He does.
You know. But I do think that the Grizzlies play better without Ja. You saw that from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah.
You did. You know, I think Dillon Brooks staring down, like the energy, maybe it's the energy that they feel like it's a more necessity that they have to win without Ja. Everyone has to step up. But Dillon Brooks staring down LeBron coming down the court, like, I'm sorry, but Lakers are going to win game 3. You don't do that to the King. You're going to get, he's dropping 40 on your head next game. You better watch out, Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, LeBron is coming back to get his revenge. Let's be real.
I was like, that's like taunting Tom Brady. Like, you just don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't taunt the best. That is for sure.
100%.
You saw what happened when Tatum mocked LeBron in that series a couple of years back, and that did not end very well for Jason Tatum.
I mean, I'm going to stick with the Grizzlies here. I think the Grizzlies will get it done in 7. Are you sticking with the Lakers?
I am going to stick with the Lakers. I'm going to disagree with you here again. I still like the Lakers. You know, AD is back and healthy. He's still playing as of right now. So with AD and LeBron, I don't think that the Grizzlies have enough to get it done, especially without Ja Morant.
Yeah. No, I have to disagree. I think the Grizzlies are a 2 seed for a reason. Jaren Jackson officially has won Defensive Player of the Year. You know, in second was DeMar DeRozan's daughter. She got beat out tough. I mean, it was tough. But Jaren Jackson did get it done. The energy, Desmond Bane, Dillon Brooks, like they want to win. They don't care who they're coming. Like, it is, you don't want to taunt LeBron, but props to them for, you know, not caring who they're playing, and they're going to sit there and they're going to play their game. I think the Grizzlies will get it done. I think it's going to be close. Now, if Ja Morant plays, I'm switching to the Lakers. No, I'm joking.
I will say, I think the Grizzlies have the coldest NBA pregame dance celly in the tunnel. Did you see that clip?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
come on now. Yeah.
One series that we skipped over here, though, which is my personal favorite in the first round, Knicks versus Cavs. I think this is an exciting one. You know, Knicks, unfortunately, I was wrong here again. I said bring out the brooms because I thought the Cavs were sweeping, and I waved those Knicks goodbye. But the Knicks got it done in game 1. Yeah. I stand corrected. I apologize.
You got trolled a little bit on the TikTok.
I did.
You know, they were questioning your ball knowledge.
They really were. But Cavs come back and get it done game 2. Going to be interesting. I think that this series will be going to a game 7 for sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think Jalen Brunson is enough to put the cat like he surprised me. He's a gamer. 27 in game 1. Like, he can get it done. The Knicks they play their game. Cleveland is a little spotty. Like, they got real nice players on their team. They got Garland, they got Mitchell, they got Mobley. They're just so, like, I feel like they can go on a 12-0 run, and then there's times where they can't score a bucket for 5 minutes, you know? Yeah,
no, I think if they're able to just put together a solid 4 quarters of basketball, I really think that they're one of the best teams in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the players to be one of the best teams, but I mean, they're a little inconsistent, you know, a little young. We'll see if they can get it done. The Knicks have, you know, they've been to the playoffs more than Cleveland has in the past couple of years, but I don't know. I just think they're too star-studded to lose to the Knicks. I'm sorry.
That's how I feel. I mean, if you're the Knicks, who are you giving the ball to? If you have game on the line, one person needs a shot, who are you giving the ball to?
It depends. If it's a 2, then probably Julius Randle, and if it's a 3, I'll probably do Jalen Brunson. But, like, you know, like RJ Barrett didn't pan out to who they thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland's going to win. Now, I do think that they're tough. They're a tough team. I watch Knicks play. Like, their defense is good. They hold the Cavs to a low amount of points, but it's going to stop at some point. The Cavs are going to catch fire.
Yeah, I hear you. I agree. The Cavs are gonna win this series, but it's gonna be a long one. Moving on, we also got a boring series here, but we'll go over it. Nuggets versus Timberwolves. Bring them out. I'm right here with you.
Sweeping a little bit, you know.
This series will be over shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Don't even watch the games because you already know what's going to happen. I might as well have a 4-0 record in our notes here, Trev.
Yeah, I mean, I think you bring out some brooms here. I think we can move on. I don't even really want to talk about this series. What, they won by 25. I think they beat them by like 20 plus in game 1. In game 2, I think the Timberwolves even went on like an 18-0 run, and they still lost by double digits.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing, honestly.
Like, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to help both of us out. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. To a series that got a hell of a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Bucks, Heat. Giannis out. Miami steals game 1. Wow.
Crazy, right? Tyler Hero got injured in that game 1. Mm-hmm. Giannis also got injured in that game 1. I don't think either of them made a return in game 2. Mm-mm. So it's going to be interesting to see if either of those guys come back in the next couple of games. But that is a huge loss for the Bucks if Giannis cannot come back healthy.
Oh, yeah. And when he does come back healthy, they won't lose a game. But it just is when.
Right.
When, you know, if he's out for the next 2 or 3 games, what if the Heat go up 3-1? Now, the Bucks did show that they could win without Giannis. They have players that can step up. Brook Lopez, you know,
Drew Holiday.
They have players that could step up, but without Giannis, this game could go 7. I'll say it. This game could go 7 without Giannis. But once Giannis steps back in, it's
going to be over.
It's over quick. Yeah,
I completely agree with you there.
Another series that doesn't matter, Celtics-Hawks. Like, ooh, all right.
Bring out the brooms again.
Brooms. Moving on. Let's get out of here. Come on.
But for real, the Celtics were up 30 points at halftime in game 1. Yeah, you know what? Let's just move right on. We don't need to talk about this series.
Brooms. That's all I got to say for that. Brooms. Let's move on to betting. My favorite, you know.
Your favorite? I thought last podcast you said you were only betting $5.
Are you going to put me on blast right now? You're supposed to be nice as a co-host. You're not supposed to put me on blast.
Well, the way you said how you loved betting, I thought
I could love betting by putting $5 on it.
Mrs. Chadwick, do not watch this segment of the podcast. Turn off the TV. Don't worry about it. Draft only $5. $5, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, let's move on to. We have our fans betting for us now.
We do.
We have 2 winners. Most liked comment on Instagram, most liked comment on TikTok. Instagram winner at Maddie Marie 7. 10 liked comments.
Wow.
You know,
that's a lot.
Let's dive into what she had. Suns -6.5. Now, with Kawhi out, that looking good. That's looking good. You know, Lakers -5. Maybe she's on the same wave. Braun is getting his revenge in Game 3. Bucks -5.5. Maybe I could see that. I could see if you bet that now. I could see that being a good bet. You know, Giannis is not. You know, he's questionable whether he plays. You hit that before and he ends up playing. I guarantee you that line boosts up to -8.5, -9.
100%.
So you get it early before we know if he's playing or not. You have it, and they have shown that they could win without Giannis. I think that's good. Maddie Marie 7 out here with a solid bet, I would say.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, but I don't like it as much as our TikTok winner. On TikTok, we had AJ Kuna 5 with 8 likes. 8 likes.
Well, I mean, Maddie Marie 7 got 10 likes, so I would say the fans like Maddie's better. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
You might have a point there, but getting into AJ's picks here, he likes the Clippers money line, which I'm not opposed to whatsoever, and he also likes the Bucks money line.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of AJ Kuna's bet here. Clippers money line, no Kawhi, no Paul George. What do you think? Russell Westbrook's gonna shoot 3 for 19 and you're gonna win again without Kawhi? I'm sorry, but you're throwing away my $20, unfortunately. That's really disappointing, AJ Kuna.
Hey, we just got to hope, as the Suns have done in the past, they will choke. And maybe we'll get that money back.
Hopefully. I mean, I mean, one has the Suns, one Instagram winner has the Suns, TikTok winner has the Clippers. It's going to be a little battle of who's going to get it done.
Yeah.
So both of them can't hit. We got to choose one. And I'm on Maddie Marie 7's wave. I like her bets, honestly. And we'll do both of them a favor. We're parlaying all of them. We'll do them both a favor.
Of course. What else
These
are you
aren't
going to do?
Straight up bets.
Oh.
Throw them all in a parlay, $20. Let's triple the profit.
Easy.
And we will split it with you. We will split the profit with you. So if your bets hit, you better be rooting for yourself because you'll get a little Venmo from us.
Yeah. If you guys like this segment, we're going to be doing it every week. We're going to be posting a little video on the TikTok and Instagram, and you guys can put down in the comments who you guys like, who your locks of the week are, and we will put money on it, and we'll see how it goes. Most like comment, and you have to be following. We'll win each week.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they don't lose me money and we all can move away happy. But let's move on to someone who actually knows how to gamble. Me. My picks, you know.
What happened last week then, Trav?
Shit. Don't come after me. Don't come after me. I told you to bet CJ Stroud for the first overall pick, and then we find out Bryce Young canceled all of his visits, and now he's the heavy favorite, you know. I told you to bet on the Cavs series winner. Hey, that's still up in the air. I think we could still get it done. I told you to bet on Warriors series winner, and I'm sitting here sipping on the bandwagon, flipping, you know. We're now on the Beam Team wave, so if you didn't do that, don't do that. Don't listen to me. Things change a lot in a week, and I change a lot in a week.
So let's hear it.
Big parlay, 4-legger for you guys. Denver money line. Denver's only at -3.5 on the spread. Away at Minnesota. If history repeats itself, they'll beat them by 25 again. Moving on. The Lakers money line. LeBron's getting his revenge. I'm sitting here. I'm going with Maddie Marie 7. I'm going with her. I'm going to ride the Lakers on that. I'm going to go Bucks -5.5. I'm going again with Maddie Marie 7. Throwing another one of her picks in there. And AJ had the Bucks money line. So I guess we all can root for the Bucks on this one. Warriors money line as well. Game 4, not the game going on Thursday. Game 4. Draymond's coming back. That team is going to be locked and loaded. I think the Kings will end up winning the series, but they're veterans, and you don't like Draymond gets suspended. He's going to come back, and I don't know if that suspension was well deserved, but he's going to show you that, you know, the Warriors are here and ready to stay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Trav, but is that Warriors game 4 at home for the Warriors? Or is that
at
away?
home? At home.
Okay, then I really like that lock then.
Yeah, and you could throw those all together. I believe I looked at it earlier, plus 730. So you know, you throw $10 on there, you can get 73.
I like that a lot, actually. I might do that for a personal bet of mine this week.
Oh yeah, you might have to throw it down there. You know, I don't put 10, 5 on there.
Good correction. Shit. Good correction there, Trav.
My mom might have caught me right there. Shit. 5 on there, and you win about 30-something bucks. And now you could put these straight. You could put these parlay. I got another one for you. I'm going to go out and I'm going to predict the future, as I always do. You know, you saw last week how good I was at predicting the future.
Perfect. I'm
going to tell you the big champions coming up. Celtics NBA champions future. Lock it in. You see what they're doing to the Hawks. More to come. Giannis's injury just secured the Celtics winning in the East. If Giannis can't stay healthy, we don't know what's going on there. Give me Boston. Moving on. I don't watch hockey, but I heard they're really good. Boston Bruins, champion. That's all I really need to talk about them. I've heard they have like one of the best seasons of all time. I don't watch hockey, but when I'm hearing they have the best something, I'm going to put money on it. $5. Boom. Bruins, NHL champions. Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, get it done. You know, they've been in the AFC championship game the last 2 years, went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're going to get it done. They did lose Jesse Bates and lose a couple of players, but Joe Burrow, you know, people forget they're young. They're not veterans. They're going to another year under their belt. They're going to be ready. Give me them for the NFL champions.
Like that one a lot, Trav.
March Madness. Kentucky's winning it.
Ooh.
Kentucky is our national champions. Moving on, because, I mean, they got 3 of the top 4 high school recruits. And Kentucky, we already know, has some dogs there as it is.
Yeah.
They're going to win it. Moving on, Michigan Wolverines finally get it done. They're your champions. Yeah, Blake Corum's coming back. You know, he was a Heisman finalist. He's a really, really good at the running back position. J.J. McCarthy, their quarterback, is coming back. They have some dogs They went super far last year, and they're retaining a lot of talent while gaining some in their recruiting high schoolers. So I think you could throw all those all together. I'm sure if you throw those all together, you put only 5 on it. Only 5. You put $5 on that. I guarantee you that'll pay out probably 10 grand. I'm 100%. Those are probably each one of those is probably like a plus 800.
I will say though, Trav, I don't like the Michigan pick because you know who is going to win the Natty this year? The Oregon Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, guys.
Switch the pick. Bo Nix is taking us to the chip this year. Listen here. No more Stetson Bennett. What is he, 27 years old? Finally, he's gone. Oregon's winning it. If not Oregon, I'll take Michigan.
We want Georgia again. That's all I'm going to say. We want Georgia again.
I don't think we do.
No, yes, we do, and we're going to beat them this year.
We lost 47-3 last time. I don't want to I don't even want to go around Georgia. They scare me. They do. Not even because they're going to be good or not, just because I have trauma from past experiences with the Georgia Bulldogs.
I will say that SEC lineup of teams is ridiculous.
No, they're wild. But yeah, that's my bets, and it's time to get a move on. Or
we're going mobile.
We are going mobile.
What's up, guys? We're back for another Going Mobile segment on our podcast. We're back at the University of Oregon. We're going to be asking some NFL trivia questions, which some of them will be real questions, but others, they might not have an answer or not. So let's get to it. We got a potential candidate. Come with me, guys. Oh, she's trying to evade us, but we won't let that happen. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Excuse me. Would you like to answer a sports trivia question for $1? All right. What college did Justin Herbert attend?
Oh, here. U of O.
That is correct. Here
Oh
you
my
go.
God, thank you.
You're welcome. How we going?
All right, follow me, boys. I think we got our next candidate. Excuse me, sir. Can we ask you a sports question for $1?
What?
Can we ask you a sports question for $1? All right. How many 3-pointers does Patrick Mahomes have?
2.
That is correct. Can I get $1 for him? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, big guy.
Thank you.
All right. All right, boys. We're on the move. We're going mobile. Finding our next candidate that hopefully will get $1. Well, we know they'll get $1 because it's a dumb question. You mind if we ask you a sports question for $1?
Yeah, is this for TikTok?
This is for TikTok.
For sure, what's up?
You good with that?
For sure.
All right. What college did Justin Herbert attend?
Eugene High School Fishing Club, I thought.
That is correct.
All right, I think we got some more people. Let's go ask them. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you guys want to answer a sports question for $1?
I know nothing about sports, but sure.
All right. What team does Aaron Rodgers play for?
Green Bay Packers.
That is correct. There you are.
Thank you.
All right, I think we got a candidate up here. Come follow me. Let's go. Excuse me, miss. Would you like to answer a sports question for $1?
I don't really know sports.
That's okay. Let's see if you get it.
Okay.
How many touchdowns has Nick Bosa thrown?
I have no clue.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
I don't even know who that is.
Just take your best guess here.
4.
No way.
That's not.
I swear. That's correct.
You are bullshitting me.
I swear. That is correct.
Look that up.
Look it up. That is correct.
What's the name again?
Nick Bosa.
How do you spell his last name?
Bosa.
Yeah. It says 0.
I don't know about that.
All right. I think we found our next candidate. Sports question for $1. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can we ask you a sport?
I'm gonna be in a TikTok.
Yeah. Can we ask you a sports question for $1?
Yes.
Who caught a touchdown in this year's Super Bowl?
Burrow.
That is correct.
Yes.
Congratulations. Let's get $1 for it. Let's get $1 for it. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating.
Bye.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to answer a sports question for $1? I see you got the hockey shirt on, so you got to know it. What team does Antonio Brown play for?
Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint. NFL.
Yeah, I know NFL. He was on the Steelers, but
Take your best
he
guess.
was on Tampa Bay, wasn't he?
He was at one point. What team is he on now, though? Best guess.
We'll go Browns.
No way.
Is that good?
That is correct.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
Thank you. Have a good one, brother. Would you like to answer a sports trivia question for $1?
Sure.
All right. Who was in this year's Super Bowl and who won?
It was the Eagles and the Chiefs won.
That is correct. Good job, sir.
We got a new candidate. Sports question for $1. You ready?
Maybe, probably not.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who is the leading reception catcher in the NFL? Who led the league in receptions?
I want to say Eckler.
That is correct.
He was on my fantasy team.
That is correct.
Let's go.
You know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Fantasy football always
Let's
gets it
go.
done for you.
Let's go. I love Austin Eckler. If you see this, I love you.
Congratulations. We're about to find what NFL team CJ Stroud's going to get drafted to. Let's go ask some University of Oregon students. Let's go mobile. Excuse me. Do you mind if we ask you a sports question for $1?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you mind if we ask you a sports question for $1?
Sure.
What NFL team does CJ Stroud play for?
Oh, I don't know. Dolphins?
That is correct.
You're literally lying.
I swear.
No, you're literally lying.
No, I swear.
Do I get $1?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
actually, like,
Wow. Yeah.
that's the only NFL team I knew. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know any NFL teams.
You heard it here first. CJ Stroud will be a Miami Dolphin. Welcome back. I'm glad you guys can get out of the rain and stay in here dry with us, you know. It's a little rainy out there, a little wet. But we found a lot of stuff out, you know. CJ Stroud is going to be a Miami Dolphin. They're taking him. It's confirmed by an Oregon student herself. That might be a hot take. But we want to give her our hot takes. So let's dive right in. Let's dive right into some hot takes. What do you got?
Yeah, I got a good one. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I feel like the audience already knows my standpoint on this series here. But my hot take is I think the Warriors, regardless of Draymond Green's injury, we saw the score at halftime, Warriors up 12 at half, but the Warriors come back and win the series. The whole thing. Not just game 3, but the whole series. That's how I got it.
Winning game 3 is a start, and they're doing that right now. So, I mean, you already know I'm a flipper. I flip to the beam team. So I'm going to have to say that's a hot take. I think a lot of people the energy is just there. Like, if I watched that Kings-Warriors game, which, I mean, amazing game, had a lot in store, went down to the wire. I mean, if you had to show someone one game to watch this year, it was that. It had everything, you know, good defense. But that energy, it looks like that's the NBA championship in Sacramento. Like, they've been ready for that, waiting for 16 years.
I won't lie. It was crazy to see the energy in that arena, but even colder was Steph pregame just looking up and enjoying and watching the crowd go fucking crazy, because when that series goes back to Sacramento, that crowd is going to be quiet.
Really?
Steph's going to hush them to sleep.
Really?
I think so. That's my hot take.
Well, I got one for you.
All right, let's hear it.
I said it last week in Better Betting, and a lot of odds changed. And it's now a hot take, so I'm going to stay on it. CJ Stroud is going to be a Carolina Panther. I think, you know, Frank Reich likes his tall quarterbacks. I get that Bryce Young canceled his meetings with other teams and stuff like that, but look at their head coach. Look at his track record. Look at the quarterback he likes. Look at all that stuff. You know, I think CJ Stroud, his combine, his pro day, the last game he played, I think he showed a lot of what is to come. And a lot of these NFL teams try to throw smoke and mirrors at you before the draft to see if maybe there's a team that wants to trade up. Maybe they can see what's happening, see what team is interested. Hey, we don't want CJ Stroud, you know, because they know Houston really likes Bryce Young. So they know maybe their team wants to jump Houston. And there's been talks that Houston won't even take Stroud if he falls to 2. They like Richardson better or whatever. I've heard that they don't even want Stroud. So maybe Carolina's like, you know what? We can fall down to maybe number 3 or 4 and still get the guy we want. Let's see if we can, you know, convince people we're taking Bryce Young, so maybe Houston trades up with us. So I think they're trying to throw some smoke and mirrors out.
You know, that is a very hot take, but I actually agree with this one. I personally also think that CJ is the best quarterback in this draft. He's the most NFL ready. You said he's got the height, he's got the arm, he's got the legs, he's got it all. So I don't mind that hot take whatsoever. But kind of teeing off of what you were saying here a little bit with CJ, if CJ does fall a little bit or Anthony Richardson. If either of those two guys fall, my Seahawks are going to be taking a shot at a quarterback only if it's C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson. That's it. If it's Will Levis, get him out of here. We don't want him. If we draft Will Levis in that first round, I am blowing my head off. I'm sorry. I cannot sit here and watch a season where we have Will Levis sit behind Geno Smith, see what he can do. I don't want Will. I don't want Will. But I would love to see CJ or Anthony Richardson in a Seahawks jersey.
Yeah, I mean, like, clear the smoke in here because that is a hot take and a half. That's a hot take. I mean, he didn't write back. He didn't. Geno is the guy in Seattle. I think that they'll do that, and I think that they'll get one of these bigger name defensive players, whether it's Tyree Wilson, Jalen Carter, fall to them, and I think they're going to just pull the trigger on that. And you know, there's a lot of people talking about quarterbacks. I'm sure they're going to fly off the board early. But Seattle drafting a quarterback after what Geno just had, the fan base is in love with them. I don't know. That's a smoke. That's a hot take.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But did you see those pictures that Pete was taking with CJ and all the other quarterbacks?
I did.
Those are making me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, talking about quarterbacks, I'll tell you one right here. Mm-hmm. There a lot of quarterbacks are be getting new teams here in the future. One is going to be getting a new team a little bit quicker than some people that we just named, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Talk to me.
Hot take: he's getting traded by the end of the weekend. By the time Monday or Tuesday rolls around, he'll be in a Jet uniform. I've heard Tennessee's called Green Bay. I don't care. He'll be in a Jet uniform by the end of this weekend. Green Bay's going to want to see the picks that they have to work with coming up in the draft. They're going to want to see what they have to work with, and they're going to want to get rid of them. This saga is going to be over. Somebody's going to fold before the draft, and I don't know who it's going to be. I'm not predicting who's going to sit here and who's going to be the one to lose the stare down, but Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet. It's gone on too long. Let's get a move on.
Now, Trav, I see that jersey sitting behind you there.
Yeah.
As I know, and I'm sure a good amount of the audience knows by now, you are a huge Green Bay Packer fan.
Yep.
And I know you've been sitting with these thoughts in your head about Aaron Rodgers potentially being in another uniform, which is looking very likely at this point. But when that trigger is finally pulled and that trade goes through, how do you think you're going to feel about it?
I think for the good of the team, I think we need to move on. I think Jordan Love, it's time to start the new era. I think he's very good. He's impressed me with some of the minimal games he's played in over the preseason, and he came in versus the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit and played very well. But I grew up on Aaron Rodgers. That's like to put it, I'm sure everyone knows this, but that's like Kobe retiring from Los Angeles. Aaron Rodgers is Green Bay. Green Bay is Aaron Rodgers. He's been there for 18 years. My lifetime, he's been there majority of the time. So it's going to be really sad. I think a lot of it has set in already, and I'm kind of like, all right, well, he's going to be a Jet. It's just a matter of when. Mm-hmm. But, I just think it's time for all of us to move on. We should have been a little bit more productive when he was here. We didn't give him some of the tools that he needed to win some of the Super Bowls he was capable of winning. I mean, we got one, but it's going to be sad for a lot of Packers fans. That was we grew up watching that guy. So now I do think it's for the good of the team. I mean, we drafted this quarterback in the first round for a reason, but I mean, it's still going to be emotional. So.
100%. No, I feel you. I was very upset when Russell left the Seahawks last year.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think that one panned out pretty okay for us.
Panned out for you guys. And I hope it pans out for us. I hope we're able to get a Russell Wilson type package for Aaron Rodgers, a couple of firsts. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure we'll get a second this year. Maybe a conditional first-round pick if he plays in 2024. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what we get, and we'll see what we're working with for this draft,
Yeah, well, I think those are some pretty spicy hot takes today.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go on. We're talking a lot about the NFL right now, and we got the draft coming up.
Thursday, baby.
Thursday, coming up soon. But let's talk about some of the movement that's happened in the offseason before we get into the draft.
All right, let's talk about it.
So obviously, you know, the whole Packers saga, that's a huge story. Basically, half your team is already a Jet. It's just a matter of time before Aaron makes it over there as well.
Yeah.
But another interesting topic is Odell to the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people thought that was going to calm Lamar down. I don't think it has. He's going to be playing under the franchise tag this year. The Ravens have refused. Actually, Lamar has refused to accept the I've heard that Ravens offered him like $200 million guaranteed, and he sits here and he declines it. You know, maybe it's falsehood, and maybe it's the Ravens trying to spread rumors to make people more on the Ravens, the team side, more than Lamar. But I am under the impression that bridge is burned, and even if he does play under the franchise tag this year, next year he will be on a new team. So
I could see that for sure. But I think Lamar has something to prove this year. I think he's got to go out there, and he better have another MVP caliber like season, because it doesn't seem like any of these teams want him.
I don't know.
None of these teams have gone after him.
We'll see. I mean, I can see he's under the franchise tag. Baltimore trades up, takes Richardson in a trade for Lamar. Maybe Indy takes Lamar Jackson off the hands. You know, maybe not Indy because they're not fully ready to compete for a title, but maybe if Richardson slips a little bit, maybe they go to one of these teams lower in the draft and be like, "Hey, Atlanta, we'll take the pick off your hands and you can have Lamar Jackson." So we'll see what happens.
That could be very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of quarterback movement this offseason. You have Jimmy Garoppolo to the Raiders, which doesn't really change much. Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr are kind of like the same person.
They're interchangeable.
Yeah, they're the same person. Who really cares? Derek Carr to the Saints. Him and Jameis, I would say Derek Carr's better. But, I mean, I don't think that's changing much. I mean, maybe that division is so weak that, hey, maybe that puts New Orleans ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, no, 100% there.
Baker to the Bucks. Is he the second coming of Tom Brady? Is he taking over the throne? Maybe he is. I don't know. Baker Mayfield. We'll see what happens there.
He looked pretty cold in his first game as a Ram there.
Yeah, but that's where it stopped. It was one game, hype for Baker, and then it was, you're done.
Get him out.
The Rams are back to losing every game. Yeah, but, the Falcons are signed Taylor Heineke. They have the Desmond Ridder who they drafted, but they've signed a lot of veterans. I think that Lamar Jackson might be an Atlanta Falcon. Maybe I add that into my hot take section. Lamar's going to be a Falcon. That's my prediction.
I will say, I'm picturing it right now, and I think Lamar would look cold as fuck in a Falcons.
Oh, yeah, he would look clean. He would
in
look
that
clean.
red?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's his color right there, man.
Oh, yeah. They'll look clean.
I think this might be the biggest trade of the offseason. Most shocking to me, actually, is Jalen Ramsey getting traded to the Dolphins for basically a bag of Doritos, because the Rams got nothing fucking back for Jalen there.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with how big of his contract is. That's a lot of money to take on. I think he's making like $20-something million. So, but I mean, Jalen Ramsey's the top corner in the league. So, I mean, Dolphins are gearing up for a run. Hopefully, Tua can stay healthy because they have the pieces.
Yeah, and I'm just really confused at what the Rams are doing. I mean, how many more years of Aaron Donald and Matt Stafford do they have left? I don't know why they offloaded now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they won a Super Bowl, and they're like, all right, we did our job.
That's it,
Later.
I guess.
All right, we got our ring. Everybody can go. I don't really care what happens anymore. We I think they were like, oh, maybe they were surprised that they won that year. They're like, what do we do now?
Because we're not going back to back. Fuck
No,
that.
like, well, what do we do? But yeah, I mean, let's move on to this special segment we have. We mentioned in the beginning of our podcast, we had a little special segment.
Dun, dun, dun.
Me and Tucker are going to be the GMs of some NFL teams. We're giving you a mock draft, the two troubled mock draft. Tucker's going to be taking over the odd number teams outside of Green Bay because I want to pick for my team. And I'll be taking over the even number teams. And we want to see down in the comment section who you think was a better general manager. We're going to put ourselves to the test, have our little viewers, rate us and see what they like.
I like this. I'm excited. Let's get it started.
Let's move on. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are on the clock.
With the first pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select QB Bryce Young from Alabama.
Wow.
maybe not a surprise as Bryce Young has moved up to the lead. He is projected to be the first pick of this draft. You know, personally, not my favorite quarterback in the draft, but this is just what it's looking like is going to happen here. Bryce Young, he's got a little bit of an arm, not the greatest arm of all time, but he can run.
He's got a trophy case as well. He's won a Heisman, so CJ hasn't done that.
He has won a Heisman, but he kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray, a little bit on the shorter side, also a little bit like Russell Wilson. That, you know, the quarterback can get on the move and make some defenders miss in the backfield there.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that at all. I like that for the Panthers. I think he would fit very well into what they got going over there in Carolina.
Yeah.
But yeah, first pick, Bryce Young.
Yeah, well, Houston Texans now on the clock. Let me take over here. You left me, in my opinion, the best quarterback on the board. Now, this mock draft has no trades, so we're not allowed to trade with each other. So is Houston. With the second overall pick, the Houston Texans select quarterback C.J. Stroud, Ohio State.
Wow.
Put on the highlight tape, you know, right after we threw that pick because we just got the best quarterback in the draft. Carolina was, you know, maybe they liked Bryce Young a little bit more, but we have a 6'4" tall guy who's going to stand in the pocket. He's going to throw darts. C.J. Stroud, I think the best NFL-ready quarterback. Now, if I'm C.J. Stroud, I might be a little sad I'm going to Houston because they got nobody. They got nobody. But as a Texan, I'm happy that I got the best quarterback, in my opinion, off the board.
I like that pick a lot. And let's not forget that the Texans also have another pretty early first-round pick. So they could be loading up here for a little bit.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock.
With the third pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Will Anderson.
Not a shocker here.
Not a shocker at all. I think Will Anderson is one of the best defensive players to emerge from college ball in a while.
In a while. Maybe since Chase Young.
Yeah, maybe since Chase Young. I think this guy, Will Anderson, has the potential to be very, very, very similar to Micah Parsons.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that Will Anderson, if everything pans out the way it should, could be very similar to Micah Parsons. And obviously Micah Parsons was not as hyped up going into the draft, was not expected to be the player that he's turned into. But Will Anderson, I'm very impressed when you turn on that highlight tape. He looks like a monster.
Micah Parsons, I comp him, Will Anderson. I think he has Micah-type tendencies. He's a sack leader. He's a dog. And I think Will Anderson was going to surprise a lot of people and be a lot of NFL ready. But moving on to number 4, Indianapolis Colts are now on the clock. And with the 4th pick in this year's draft, the Indianapolis Colts take Anthony Richardson, quarterback, Florida. I think Indy's looking for a quarterback. Who do they have in that room right now? Nobody.
No one.
Nobody.
Nobody's
Sam Ellinger, like they have to take a quarterback. And at this point, since we can't trade, whoever falls to them is who they're going to take. So they're going to take Anthony Richardson. You know, he's a little bit of a raw prospect, so I'm a little bit worried that Indy's going to just throw him in there, you know, in the first game, and then he's just going to have to figure it out. And hopefully that doesn't, you know, hurt his confidence, but he can run. He has a cannon of an arm. We saw that in the combine, but I think they have to take quarterback. There's no way. There's no other option for Indy, you know.
Hey, I'm just thankful that you didn't go ahead and take Will Levis there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be thankful for that. But moving on to a team that you were familiar with, the Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock.
I may be familiar with this team, Trav, but with the 5th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Tyree Wilson, the edge from Texas Tech.
Wow.
I'm very excited about this guy, Trav. I'm very excited.
Really?
He had a really good combine. He's 6'6", he's 270, and that 270-pound man can get off the line quick. I'm talking, that ball is snapped, he's ready in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
He can get you some sacks. He can stop runs. I think that Tyree Wilson has huge upside here. I will say, though, he does have a little bit of a weakness. He has a little bit of a hard time containing the edge against running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So a little bit worried, but personally, I think that he's got, maybe one could argue, the same upside that Will Anderson has.
Oh, 100%. He didn't have the production in college, but as you saw through that combine, his pro day, he shot up draft boards. He's a very athletic guy. He has the opportunity to be a star on the defensive side of the ball. But at number 6, I hate that I have to do this pick, but the Detroit Lions are now on the clock. And I feel like this is pretty easy for Detroit. So, with that being said, with the 6th overall pick in the NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Jalen Carter, Georgia.
Oh, a little bit of a controversial pick.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a controversial, but I mean, before he had all that controversy, he was one of the top defensive players, and sometimes he was being picked over Will Anderson. Dan Campbell and the culture over there has gotten a lot better in Detroit. So I think that they're willing to take on a more controversial, guy personality-wise, and they can convert him. And Dan Campbell his players have bought in over there, and I don't think that this would be a problem. I think Detroit's loving that Jalen Carter's falling to them, down there. Their defense they picked a defensive lineman last year in Aiden Hutchinson, and I just think they're going to bolster up, As he said in the past, Dan Campbell likes to bite the kneecaps off of his opponents, and what else are you going to do that? By winning in the trenches. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory that they're going to take Jalen Carter. They're one of the best players. They're just going to take best available.
Don't disagree with you there. Moving on to the 7th pick.
Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
With the 7th pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Peter Skoronski, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. Now, the Raiders, I don't think they can't go wrong with this pick.
Yeah,
because
they can take anybody.
Real, the Raiders need help at almost every single position across the board.
Right.
But Peter Skoronski, very good looking offensive tackle. His grandpa was actually a former Packer, as you might remember.
Packer Hall of Famer, baby.
Not in your lifetime, but you might know a thing or two about this guy. He won Peter Skoronski's grandpa won 5 rings under Vince Lombardi, not Super Bowls, and he is a Packers Hall of Famer. So I think it's safe to say if Peter Skoronski can be anything like his grandpa was,
Be successful.
it will be a successful first-round pick for sure for the Raiders here.
Yeah, I think you did a very good job. I mean, I have him comped as my number 1 offensive lineman on the board, and I think that Vegas needs anything, and I think they're just going to go and try to fix their offensive line. Derek Carr struggled last year. They got a lot of pressure, so just take the best offensive lineman available, which is a tackle. So one of the, more valuable positions on the offensive line. So I think you go take him, and hopefully you can protect better than you did last year.
Yeah.
But moving on, number 8, the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. Now here I might say that they take, trade for Lamar, but no trades here. So I'm going to go Atlanta Falcons with the 8th pick in the NFL draft. The Atlanta Falcons take Devin Witherspoon.
Okay.
I like him. I think he's the best corner in the league. You compare him outside of A.J. Terrell. Fix the defense a little bit, I think he has potential to be a big guy. He is a lot. He's pretty instinctive. He's good with his hands. He has a lot of pass breakups, I think he'll fit right in Atlanta.
Now, you like him over Christian Gonzalez, the corner from Oregon?
Unfortunately, I do. Just a little bit, just a tad. I think Christian Gonzalez is a little stiff at times. I think Devin Witherspoon's more fluid and he's better on his hips. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna have Atlanta take Witherspoon out of Illinois.
Moving on to the 9th pick. With the 9th pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Bears select Paris Johnson Jr., offensive tackle out of Ohio State. Kind of similar to what I was feeling with the Raiders. the Bears need a little bit of help across the board outside of the QB
yes.
position.
Yes. Big help on the offensive line. Fields was getting torched last year.
Yes, he was. And I think that this will obviously help their problem. Very safe pick with an offensive tackle in the first round. Paris Johnson only gave up 2 sacks this past year in college and no QB hits. Yeah. So very good track record. And obviously he was protecting one of our favorite QBs, CJ, the boy. So I think that this is a pretty safe pick here. The Bears can't go wrong with taking an O-lineman early. Yeah, I got the Bears taking Paris Johnson Jr.
Yeah, I think they take the second best offensive lineman. You know, he's a little bit bigger than Peter Swinsky. I think he's 6'6". So, you know, he has the size to sit there and defend anybody on the defensive line. I mean, if you're taking an O-lineman that early, you better hope he pans out.
Yep.
Moving on, Philadelphia Eagles, you know, reigning NFC champions are on the clock. Mm-hmm. Big pick here from New Orleans. With the 10th pick in the NFL draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Bijan Robinson.
I like it.
I think they need that run game. That's what worked for him last year. You know, they don't have Miles Sanders. They didn't want to pay him. What's better than going out and taking the best running back that we've seen since Saquon Barkley? You can't go wrong with that. And that would just skyrocket their run game. Jalen Hurts and Bijan Robinson together, like, that's tough. I mean, they have another first-round pick, so it's not they can go fill in other positions that they lost this year. But I think you go out, you try to get stronger at the position that was strongest for you last year, and you continue that. And hopefully they can continue what they did last year, you know, keep the momentum moving.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot, creating a two-headed monster in the backfield. You know, you could have Jalen Hurts taking off with it, or you could have Bijan Robinson taking off with it.
Oh, yeah.
I fear for Bijan Robinson's time and snaps played in each game, because as we saw last year, the Eagles have a 3-man deep rotation on their running back core there. So he might not get the most time, but if he proves himself, I definitely could see him just taking the whole brunt of the workload there.
Oh, yeah. All right. Tennessee Titans on the clock, number 11.
With the 11th pick of the NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select Will Levis.
Oh, shit. Tennessee, why did you do it? Why, Tennessee?
I had to do it.
Oh, no.
Listen, Tennessee is another one of these programs that is a little bit in shambles.
Shit.
They got Derrick Henry, but that's about it. Derrick Henry's their whole team. I think in order to have a complete rebuild here, I think you take a quarterback, you take a shot at Will Levis. Not too many other guys on the draft board I really like for the Titans here. So Will Levis goes to the Titans. I have him as probably the worst quarterback in this draft, in this first round. You know, I will say some good things about Will Levis here, though. He had a great pro day, so there could be some upside there, but let's be real.
Come on. You're stringing good things about Will Levis. You got to go dig deep for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting compared to Jay Cutler and Zach Wilson as your pro day comp,
yikes!
I don't think that's gonna be too great, but we'll see how that one works out for Tennessee there.
All right, with the 12th pick in the NFL draft, the Houston Texans select Jackson Smith-Njigba, wide receiver, Ohio State, pairing him with his boy C.J. Stroud. Trying to recreate what Cincinnati did with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They see that it works. You know, they don't have a lot of players on the receiving side of the ball. Go in, get one of the better, in my opinion, the best receiver off the board, pair him with the quarterback that you drafted, keep the chemistry there. Enough said with that pick, honestly.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think you got a really good idea there, pairing up the quarterback and wide receiver duo. Let's not forget, Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson both said that Jackson Smith-Njigba was the most, the best receiver in that receiver room at Ohio State.
I remember that interview. And with the way those guys played in their first year, that's saying a lot into what Jackson Smith has to offer.
100% there, Trev.
So with the 13th pick.
With the 13th pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Nolan Smith, linebacker from Georgia. Now, I really like this pick here for the Jets. Nolan Smith was a former top 5 projected pick. Unfortunately, he did miss the majority of the season due to injury.
Right.
But this guy's a monster. He is a specimen sent straight from heaven, straight from God himself, because this guy looks like a Greek god.
Oh, yeah.
He's huge. He can move. He had an insane combine. I mean,
He's a beast.
this guy really could be a difference maker in the NFL.
I would not be surprised if he shot up into the top 10. I would not.
Not
I
at
think
all.
he's shooting up now. I think earlier I've seen him go as late as in the 20s, and now he's going in the teens. Like, Jets go get, they want to win now, and Nolan Smith has won enough in Georgia. So they show that he has that winning culture.
That is very true.
But moving to a different team with the winning culture.
Ooh.
New England Patriots are on the clock. And there's a lot of stuff that they can go here, but a player that we've named, the New England Patriots select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback, Oregon.
I love this pick here, Trav.
Oh,
I love
know.
it.
I love it too. I mean, Oregon guy going in the top, top 15. You can't hate on it. New England needs a good amount, but I think they take, they like their corners. They had Stephon Gilmore in the past. I think they stick on that. Take a guy in the secondary that they know is ready, NFL ready. He's very, he's a little stiff, but he's a ball hawk. He gets his fair share of interceptions.
Yeah, no, not to mention Christian Gonzalez came from Colorado, transferred over here to Oregon. And when they played this year, when Oregon and Colorado played, Christian Gonzalez came in for revenge. 2 picks.
One of those
he did take to the house. He took that thing to the crib. So very impressive showing against his former team. But yeah, I like this pick a lot.
All right, moving on to a more exciting pick. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock, baby.
Now, I know we mentioned it earlier, but I'll be nice. And you can have this pick here.
Oh,
Trav.
yeah.
I'll let you take it.
Oh, yeah, come on. I got to pick for my team now. Well, with the 15th pick in the NFL draft, the Green Bay Packers select Broderick Jones, offensive tackle, Georgia. I think it's being said Green Bay likes their Georgia players. The last 3 first-round picks have all been from Georgia. Eric Stokes, corner from Georgia. They've got Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle from Georgia, and they drafted a linebacker from Georgia as well last year. I think they keep it going. They go take an offensive lineman. There's been a lot of controversy, like David Bakhtiari. If he wants to go to New York Jet, follow Aaron Rodgers. I think they solidify their offensive line. What's one thing that can ruin a new quarterback's confidence? And that's getting sacked, not having enough time to sit there, pick apart the defense. I think Green Bay knows that. I think they're trying to give Jordan Love as much help as possible. I think maybe if they get the Jets' first-round pick, they can try to take a shot at Jackson Smith and Jigba. But with him off the board, I don't think they go wide receiver. We've seen that in past drafts. Green Bay doesn't like taking receivers in the first round. They take an offensive lineman, help their young quarterback out. So I don't think you can ask for much else if you're Jordan Love than getting a little help up front. Big guy from Georgia.
Yeah, I don't mind that pick at all. I think any of these offensive lineman picks in the first round, they're going to be helping your team out regardless. So I like that a lot. And with the last pick that we'll be doing, the 16th pick of the 2023 NFL Draft.
The Commanders, sorry.
The Washington Commanders select Joey Porter Jr., cornerback from Penn State.
He's a dog.
He is a dog. I like this guy a lot. He's the son of 4-time Pro Bowl linebacker and Super Bowl champion Joey Porter. So obviously, a lot of hype around this name. This name is known in the league.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Joey Porter Jr. can put out what kind of show he can do for the Commanders.
The athletic blood runs in his veins, and I honestly think he might be better than Christian Gonzalez. Now I think Christian Gonzalez is more NFL ready, so I think New England's more looking. They like their more NFL ready prospects coming out, but his potential is through the roof. He is a dog. He's a certified dog.
I agree, and that's why I got him rounding off our draft here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to the Commanders, though, so there goes his career. There goes his career. Sorry, Joey Porter. You weren't as lucky as your father. You're going to be playing for the Commanders. Great second podcast, though.
Yeah, 100%. I like that last segment there. I like the draft board.
Yeah, I mean, as a lot of these players are going to be signing their contracts, I say we sign off. I'm Travis.
I'm Tucker.
And thank you for watching. Cue the fucking outro.
Peace.